Hello and welcome to Nationwide, reaching you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Lami Ali. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed shock over the reported kidnapping of 5 newborn babies in Anambra State, directing that the rising crime rate in the area be reduced without any delay. The reported kidnapping occurred at Stanley Hospital, Mpologu, in the state, where the suspect snatched the babies and zoomed off. In expressing his concern about the strange incidents, President Buhari said the case must be solved immediately and has directed hospitals to have foolproof security so that attacks of this nature do not happen again. Vice President Professor Yemi Oshibajo, as the second National Summit of Persons with Disabilities, appeals to Nigerians to support federal government's policy on disability and inclusion. Gofan Shaji Gwanyi reports.
I find it a very great honor on behalf of His Excellency the Vice President to declare this National Summit on Disability 2022 open.
Sultan of Sokoto and the President, Christian Association of Nigeria, reaffirmed their commitment to work with the Commission to actualize inclusive society for persons with disabilities.
This all-important summit on disability inclusion shines a light on the indispensable roles of religious and traditional institutions in Nigeria in advocating for a just and inclusive society devoid of all forms of barriers and discriminations against persons with disabilities.
For us, it is very important. For time immemorial, been living, working, taking care of such groups of people in our domain. Our partnership with the religious institution today is something that we feel that is expected to provide us the necessary result. Our religious institutions as well as our prayer houses.
Lalu says the Commission remains committed to taking persons with disabilities out of all challenges such as neglect and abandonment. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji, Ugwanyi, NTA News.
There is an ongoing realignment of the minerals and metals industries in Nigeria to address the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamilekan Adigbite, says government's investment in 6 regional processing projects is to localize extractive minerals and create production clusters in Nigeria. Ikechukwu Ndukwe has the story.
Nigeria is enriched with over 40 types of minerals, including lithium, silver, gold, marble, and others, with potentials of being world tourist attraction.
Our major problem is funding. That's why we are providing alternative means where government can intervene so that such funds will be provided.
The activities in the mining sector was adversely affected by COVID-19 pandemic, resulting to this stakeholders summit.
We need this encouragement.
Minister of Mines and Steel Development is envisaging a country that will totally depend on her citizens for mining, processing, and exporting finished products.
Because the plastic industry comes from petroleum. So many other things come from petroleum. We lost those industries to those countries where we export the crude to. So I thought very early on, that must not happen in this sector. And assiduously, we pursued that policy, which was passed in 2021. We call it downstream mineral policy. This essentially states that all minerals that are won in Nigeria must be beneficiated locally. We don't want exportation of raw ore anymore.
The National Council on Mining and Mineral Resources Development meeting is a forum for harnessing policies that will guide the sector. NTA News.
And policy makers and other industry players in the power sector met in Abuja and adopted far-reaching resolutions for implementation on how to improve generation, transmission and distribution of electricity. Minister of Power Abubakar Aliyu, who chaired the summit, emphasized that federal government's huge investments in this sector should be complemented by all key players to deliver quality and affordable electricity to consumers. Joshua Ojito reports.
It's the 5th edition of National Council on Power, with delegates representing the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT, as well as industry players across the value chain, putting heads together to provide solutions to challenges impeding supply of quality electricity to consumers. Of concern to the Council are issues of right of way, slowing down transmission projects across the country, sustainability of intervention projects in communities after inauguration, with state governments recommending to take ownership, investments in distribution networks, among others. More than 30 memoranda were considered.
Government is presently investing in power infrastructures, most especially in the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, to strengthen the national grid.
New substations such as 2x60 MVA, 13233 kV substation at Gagarawa, Rodil, Okpila, Daura, Oka, and which mobile substations were all completed. A lot of old substations are also very reinforced with new transformers and associated switchgears. All transmission lines are also being reconducted.
The main issue is to have continuous collaboration in the sector.
As it is now in the country, we need to look for other ways of generating power.
Curtain drawn on the summit. Delegates dispatched with expectations that recommendations proffered will be implemented, while industry players step up their games to improve power supply. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
The National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA, says its locally fabricated biodigester for biofertilizer production and electricity generation has now been fully perfected and ready for use by Nigerians. To this end, the agency is encouraging the private sector to get involved in the mass production of this innovative system to enhance countrywide mass adoption. Justin Bemunyi reports.
Several innovative systems in Nigeria today have pointed out that Nigeria remains committed to harnessing biotechnology solutions for sustainable national development. Just earlier this year, NABDA was granted a patent for its innovative system, termed biomethanization system, for biodegradable organic feedstock. This was born from one of the agency's flagship programs, Bioenergy Development Program, designed for waste-to-energy generation, where biodegradable organic waste stream is converted to biogas for heating, lighting, electricity generation, and biofertilizer. To enhance mass adoption and sustainability of this technology in Nigeria, the agency developed modular and portable biodigester system that is highly optimized to enhance process efficiency.
There is a need for Nigerian public to know that biotechnology is mainly about the application of biological organisms, systems, and processes by different industries to better understand the science of life.
Consequently, the African Development Agency, in partnership with NABDA, is developing an initiative to advance science, technology, and innovation in Nigeria through the promotion of genome editing technology. Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Deputy Governor nominee in charge of financial system stability, Aisha Ahmed, says The time is ripe to implement the cashless policy in Nigeria as it will bring about a seamless financial system. She said this during her screening for reappointments before the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions. National Assembly correspondent Mobolaji Moribirin was there.
This exercise is in compliance with a resolution of the Senate. The nominees are being screened by the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, following the request of President Muhammadu Buhari. Having served the Apex Bank in the last 4 years before their reappointment, questions on the cashless policy and withdrawal limit took the center stage.
This committee will deeply appreciate it if the two nominees can shed more light on the cashless policy.
Based on the data on the transactions that Nigerians are conducting, we think that the time is ripe for us to extend the cashless policy. You must remember that we have suspended this policy, I think 3 times. We have tweaked it twice since it was launched, and that is in response to feedback from the public. Mr. Chairman, we are very open to be flexible as we engage on this initiative. We'll be monitoring, and we are very conscious of ensuring that Nigerians in rural areas, Nigerians that are working in the informal sectors are not disenfranchised.
We'll be having continuous meetings, and the reaction from Nigerians, the committees will continue to engage in the central bank.
If confirmed by the Senate, the nominees will serve the CBN for another 4-year term from the National Assembly. Mobolaji Moribiri, NTA News.
Now, the House of Representatives wants the Central Bank of Nigeria to suspend the policy on cash withdrawals bill to take effect on 9th January 2023. This resolution was adopted after Representative Magaji Dawaliu raised the issue as a matter of urgent public importance. Plenary commenced with the reading of a presidential communication seeking approval of the budget of the Federal Government of Nigeria Power Company for 2022. Then came the motion on CBN's new policy on cash withdrawals, which was greeted with avalanche of concerns as lawmakers point to likely consequences.
The directive of Central Bank has been generating serious uproar and given law business owners serious concern since the said release of the sales circular.
Thousands of Nigerians now have come to live and do businesses through the POS. It's going completely with the introduction of this.
Should the government is behaving as if it's more powerful than the president, than the National Assembly? Policy after policy have been rolled out. People have not settled on one. You are bringing another. You set timelines that are completely unreasonable.
Elsewhere, where this happened before, Mr. Speaker, the SMEs died completely. Will lose value on the common man of the street. Best sellers, farmers, micro entrepreneurs, their business will be eroded within a short run. If you want to stop banditry, make it impossible for them to have cash.
So you're speaking against the motion?
There shouldn't be cash available.
The House has invited the CBN governor to brief the House.
The House statutorily is supposed to be receiving these briefings from the governor even before such policies are brought to bear on the economy.
The prayer is for the appearance of the CBN governor before this House.
Meanwhile, the House has urged security agencies to do more in stopping security breaches in parts of Gombe and Benue states from the National Assembly. And it's now time to join our Deola in Lagos for more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Deola. It's over to you.
Thank you, Lami. Motorists flying Lagos-Badagry Expressway will soon have costs to share as the project is set to be delivered in the next 12 months. This was disclosed by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing during an inspection visit to the project by the Managing Director of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari. Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
The Agbara-Badagry section of the Lagos-Badagry Expressway is one of the 21 road infrastructure development projects being undertaken by the NNPC Limited under the tax credit scheme of the federal government. From 10% completion in December 2021, when NNPC Limited took over the Section 3, the project, at a total cost of 15 billion naira, has already reached 40% completion. As shown by this loud reception for the delegation from NNPC Limited, led by its Group Managing Director, Mele Kyari, there is a huge expectation among residents and commuters along the international corridor to see the road completed and delivered. The Director of Highway, Roads and Rehabilitation, who stood in for Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Rajfashola, said they do not have long to wait to finally enjoy relief on the road.
Because the drainages are in place, just for earthworks and pavement works, that takes us more than 12 months to finish, yes.
With a total commitment of 621 billion naira earmarked for about 21 roads projects across the country, the Group Managing Director of NNPC Limited, while disclosing that the entire sum of the Agbara-Badagry project has been paid, says the tax credit policy holds the key to road infrastructure development in the country.
We are doing 1,800 kilometers across the country. We are taking another set of over 1 trillion naira of investment in road infrastructure in the country. We believe that this tax credit system, which Mr. President has put in place, is a game changer for our country.
Also part of the project inspection tour are representatives from Federal Inland Revenue Service with a mandate to verify the contract and transmit validated certificate to NNPC for payment and deduction of tax obligation. From Lagos-Badagry Expressway, Adeni Itewo, NTA News.
Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, says the Nigerian Navy will continue to deepen its presence along the fringes of Nigeria's borders with the intention to protect her sovereignty. He said this while performing the groundbreaking ceremony of the administrative block of naval outpost at Tongeji Island in Ipokia local government area of Ogun State. Adeni Taiwo again completes the report.
Tongeji Island is a coastal community on the fringe of Nigeria's border with Port Novo in the Republic of Benin. It is an oil-rich agrarian community that has witnessed cases of cross-border conflicts in the past. The arrival of the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, to the island to lay the foundation of the administrative block of the naval outpost is therefore a landmark for members of the community. Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, who was accompanied by the flag officer commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Yakubu Wambai, said the move became necessary to promote the territorial integrity of Nigeria as well as reassure the people that their country is able and willing to protect them.
There's a committee that is being formed between Nigeria and the people of the Republic to make sure that there's amicable settlement for whatever conflict there was before we get to where we are today.
On his part, the traditional ruler, Akoko of Tongeji Island, Oba Abiolorun Kosi Okikisule I, applauded the Nigerian Navy for establishing the outpost and for other infrastructural development support to the community. In Lagos, Adeni Itawo, NTA News.
And those are reports from here. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for up.
People of Rumo Igbo with the flag of the community internal roads, which is expected to be completed in 6 months. Ogedi Nyekwe reports that Senator Henekin Lobribri was the special guest at the flag.
Call it a carnival, you may not be wrong, as the governor and his entourage were given a rousing welcome as they made their way into Wimbo City venue of the flag off. welcome one of their illustrious sons to Rimugbo, the ancestral head of Apra Kingdom, which happens to be the governor's clan. Governor Wike says politicians should see political parties as a vehicle to reach where they need to be and thereafter focus on governance. He to remain focused on working for Rivers people to the end of his office.
We are not going to be started in campaigns. We want to focus on the development of our communities. People say, oh, you are leaving office in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months, in 5 months. What are you doing? I said, I will work and work till 29th of May, 2023. Because that is the day my agreement will terminate with the people of Rivers State.
Senator Henikin Obiri, former Minister of State for Agriculture and Rural Development, remarked that Governor Wike has set a new bar for governance and has become the modern face of Nigerian politics. He noted that with the achievements of Wike, there is a paradigm shift with what people know about second-term governors.
What you are doing today is shifting the paradigm to another level. The norm is that when you are doing your second term, pack as much as you can and go home. But you said, no, I'm going to use the Rivers money to improve Rivers State.
The Rumigbo internal rules comprise of 17 street rules that spread across the community. The road will be 8.3 kilometers with a width of 6 meters and drains. In Port Harcourt, Ogi Dinyekwere, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy Pathfinder has arrested suspected hoodlums who have been terrorizing Rumo Lumini community and the naval base in Port Harcourt. Executive Officer NNS Pathfinder Navy Captain Stanley Ume said the arrest was carried out in a covert operation following reports of some naval officers attacked recently. Robinson Duratede has more to tell us.
The Nigerian Navy Pathfinder raided 3 shanties at Rumo Lumini community in a covert operation at night where 124 suspected hoodlums were dislodged and arrested. After proper profiling, some tricycle operators were released, reducing the number to 97. The executive officer NNS Pathfinder Navy Captain Stanley Ume disclosed that the operation was necessitated by frequent reports of attack on innocent civilians and the attack on 2 naval officers on the 3rd of December around 9 p.m. Arms, drugs, and camouflage military uniforms were recovered from the operation.
Their presence have heightened the level of insecurity around the Molumeni community. If you look behind you, you would see certain items we discovered from their shanties, which clearly indicates that they've actively been involved in selling drugs, and these have a concomitant negative effect in the overall community. The residents of Molumeni community and our own their personnel, NN personnel, have been attacked by these hoodlums.
The Navy also reiterated its commitment to the fight against illegal oil bunkering in the Yuletide period.
Security agencies have done a great job in clamping down on COT operations in Rivers State particularly. In fact, the vigor and vim have increased. This Yuletide period is going to be tough for them, and it's zero tolerance all the way.
The suspects have been conveyed to the necessary security agencies for further investigation and prosecution. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Daratede, NTA News.
There's our package from Port Harcourt. It's not back to Nami in Abuja.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Now, the ECOWAS Commission has completed feasibility study and preliminary design for the 6-lane highway connecting the main economic centers of West Africa from Lagos, Nigeria to Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. This is among other areas of progress made so far by the community presented to Parliament at the ongoing 2nd ordinary session in Abuja. Onengie Fineface reports.
Presentation of the 2022 annual report on the state of the ECOWAS community covers economic outlook for the region and key programs of the ECOWAS Commission and community institutions. ECOWAS Abidjan Lagos corridor development program consisting approximately 1,028 kilometers of 3-lane dual carriageway passing through Accra, Lome and Cotonou, as well as establishment of a shipping line from Cape Verde to Senegal are signatory projects captured in the report.
But that's not enough. We need to do more for our citizens. Our citizens should be able to enjoy freedom of establishment in our countries, freedom of establishing businesses and residents. They should be able to enjoy this.
The Commission says it is strengthening ECOWAS Customs Union to enhance free movement of persons and goods while contributing to regional energy access, economic development, health and sustainable environment.
And to ensure the return of constitutional order in these countries. Countries such as Burkina Faso, Guinea, Mali. I'm glad to report that the authorities in all three countries have agreed to implement their respective transition timetables for the return to civilian rule within 24 months.
The community report indicates progress in harmonization of education systems, recognition and equivalence of certificates, as well as provision of humanitarian aid in crisis-impacted member states. In Abuja, Onengiye Fineface, NTA News.
Now, in response to a presidential directive to grow the nation's investment portfolio, the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission is engaging critical stakeholders from ministries, departments and agencies with a view to launching a Nigerian Investment Promotion Master Plan and a National Investment Promotion Coordination Framework towards improving the investment climate. Benny Adams reports that the Executive Secretary of NIPC, Saratu Umar, is leading the conversation.
Few days after briefing the nation's chief investment promoter, President Muhammadu Buhari, on the nation's investment drive, management of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, NIPC, is engaging stakeholders from ministries, departments and agencies relevant to their mandate with a view to strengthening existing synergies, establish new relationships and linkages that will facilitate the objective of investment promotion and obtain feedback on areas of challenges of investors in the course of doing business in Nigeria.
Services segment, which will look at education and promote investment into that sector. Also looking at pharmaceuticals, health sector, so much more.
The Commission says it is also concluding work on Nigerian Investment Promotion Master Plan, a National Investment Promotion Coordination Framework, in addition to MOUs that seek to streamline investment promotion and facilitation activities towards improving the investment climate. In response, stakeholders revealed investment opportunities at their disposal with the promise for synergy for actualization. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
A total of 1 million e-Naira free interest loan have been disbursed to 20 market women in Eket local government area of Akwa Ibom State by e-Naira Community Multipurpose Cooperative Society in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Kelvin Samuel reports that the gesture is to help the women acquaint themselves with e-Naira transactions.
E-Naira is a digital currency backed by law and issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria as part of effort to enhance the cashless policy of the federal government in a bid to fight corruption. However, after the launch of the e-Naira in October 2021, many are yet to key into this policy for one reason or the other. This has necessitated the first ever free interest e-Naira loan to market women powered by Community Multipurpose Cooperative Society in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria to help women in rural communities to understand the importance and use of the e-Naira.
If I can make money from here, I'll be able to take care of little things that I cannot get from home from the support of the e-Naira. It will make all the women in the market to profit and to have something to do, to add their money, to make their business to grow up.
A way of moving the Nigerian populace from cash dependency, where people carry a whole lot of money in Ghana, must go to a cashless society.
From Eket local government area of Akwa Ibom State, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
With ongoing electioneering campaigns, the Pension Transitional Arrangements Directorate (PTAD) is asking pensioners to engage candidates about the management of retirement benefits. The Executive Secretary PTAD, Dr. Chioma Ejikeme, said this while inaugurating a web-based application called I Am Alive to ensure seamless confirmation of pensioners on the payroll in Calabar. Justina Etim reports.
The end of tedious and expensive field verification exercises for pensioners is finally here with the launch of the I Am Alive online solution platform, a new initiative like others in the past evolved by the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate to make life easier for the senior citizens, as attested by beneficiaries in this stakeholders engagements forum.
The experience before PTAD was hazardous. Pensioners were dying of irresponsibility by pension organizers.
With the incoming in of PTAD, things were put properly.
There is no other pension board nor parastatals that we have seen like PTAD, and they do their things openly.
Executive Secretary, Pension Transitional Arrangements Directorate, highlights numerous achievements recorded so far, to include complete liquidation of inherited unfunded liabilities of all the defunct and privatized agencies handed over to it.
We have used technology to kind of make the pension payment process transparent, efficient, and effective.
The Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate advised pensioners to be wary of fraudsters in Calabar. Justina Etam, NTA News.
And let's now go.
And many thanks for joining us. The Abia State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has inaugurated the State Campaign Council with a view to winning the state governorship election and other elective positions come 2023. Kesley Ononiwu reports that the Campaign Council is made up of both serving and former ministers as well as candidates of the party.
Inaugurating the 1,740 member state campaign council at the Abia State APC Secretariat in Omahia, the state governorship candidate Chief Ikechi Emenike enjoined the campaign council to do all within their powers to ensure total victory of the party at the presidential, governorship, National Assembly and State House of Assembly elections. He added that the time has come for all well-meaning Abians to rise and join in what he described as a liberation movement to free the state from bad governance.
I am here to assure you that we will win the election. I will make no excuse because this victory has been handed over to now.
The Minister of State, Science and Technology, Chief Henry Iko, the former Minister of Labour and Productivity, Chief Emeka Wogu, and other chieftains of the party assured of the party's readiness to recover and rebuild the state for the betterment of the populace.
All our candidates must be supported. That is the way to go. Through our hard work, through our body, through our strength, and the body in the government act, there will be change. I am telling you. I want to assure you that APC in Abia will deliver.
The event was well attended by party leaders at all levels, including party faithful from the 17 local government area of the state. In Omahia, Kingsley Ononiwu, NTA News.
And the Federal Commissioner, National Population Commission, representing Enugu State, Ejike Eze, has re-echoed the need for staff to equip themselves with the necessary knowledge and skills to carry out publicity activities in support of Census 2023. He was speaking at a one-day capacity building workshop of the Commission in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency, Enugu State. Okechukwu Agubama has the details.
Addressing the staff of the National Population Commission and National Orientation Agency, Dr. Ejike emphasized that the it has become imperative to reboot the advocacy and publicity campaign in order to properly educate and enlighten Nigerians on the need to support the conduct of 2023 census. He added that the workshop underscores the determination of the Commission to mobilize Nigerians not only for the 2023 census but other activities of the Commission.
Today is to collaborate with NTA because they have the knowledge and the skill for advocacy and publicity. So what we want to do is to up information dissemination, so that because we are almost closing in towards the essential.
Some participants described the training as apt.
The is based on the role of NTA in dealing with sensitizing people about population census, the e-census coming up, how people will participate actively, the power of the census.
The workshop attracted senior staff of the Commission and National Orientation Commission. In Enugu, Okechukwu Akobama, NTA News.
And that's a contribution from here. Nationwide will continue in Abuja with Lami after this break. Stay with us.
Thank you, Comfort. Now, the Nigerian Television Authority Marketing Annual Conference has ended, and hopes are high in terms of higher sales for the marketing staff after learning new ideas on modern marketing techniques. Charles Alpha reports.
They are now refreshed and ready to break new grounds in marketing and in terms of value addition to the organization, NTA.
It's been a very rewarding experience. It's been a very exciting. But you know there's really nothing you do without knowledge. They say when you stop to learn, you start to die.
For 3 days, these participants went through intensive training on digital marketing, the need to be computer literate, and take advantage of the opportunities that the global market presents with the internet for high sales.
I believe that now the awareness is being created. They know that they have to be able to compete positively.
Once a marketer, always a marketer. Dressed in his business jacket, the Director General of NTA, Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, wants the organization's bloodline to take advantage of what they have learned to grow the system while aspiring for higher heights.
The authority itself is recognized by practitioners of marketing in this country as the best station in Nigeria and by extension in Africa. So for us, we lead, others follow.
Awards were presented to the best marketing staff across the states, stations with outstanding sales.
Let me thank to Almighty Allah for giving me this wonderful award, and I want to thank my ADM and my present DG.
In fact, I cannot explain how happy I am. I'm most grateful to God for our station.
Awards were also presented to supporters of the Marketing Directorate, the Executive Directors, and of course, the DG. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority and its Director General Salihu Abdulhamid Dembis have been honored by Jarawa community from 10 states of the Federation due to the media outfit's promotion of peace and unity through its programs. This was when members of the Jar Balasu Unity Forum came on a courtesy visit on the management. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The Jarawas, also known as Jar, regard themselves as one of the most populous tribes in central Nigeria, where they predominantly engage in farming and hunting. Today, many of their sons and daughters who occupy prominent positions in society came together to create the socio-cultural organization Jabalasu Unity Forum. The group is identifying with the largest television network in Africa, the NTA, for promoting the ideals of unity.
The aim and objectives of Jarbala's National Development Unity Forum is nothing but rather to bring a kind of synergy, to bring a kind of harmony, to bring a kind of understanding in between members, ethnic nationalities within Nigeria.
I'm assuring you the issue of peace will be tremendous to this our nation.
the issue of lack of employment and others will be forgotten. The issue of religious crisis will be forgotten.
And of course, as part of its mandate, NTA management says its doors remain open to partnerships that will promote national cohesion.
I want to assure you that we will continue to maintain this relationship, this good rapport that is in existence between you and our organization. And I want you to forge ahead to see that we maintain the peace and the unity we are enjoying before this time around.
The group was led on the visit by its national president, Hosea Zubairu Manzour. Salwa Khalil, NTA News.
As part of efforts to ensure free, fair and credible election in 2023, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) is engaging relevant key players to ensure that they are up to speed with processes and issues in the general election. Elias Itiav reports that the meeting had in attendance representatives of political parties and other critical key players.
The stakeholders meeting, which is at the instance of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Benue State, brought together political actors and other critical stakeholders as part of the Commission's strategy to keep them abreast on issues and processes regarding the 2023 general elections. Resident Electoral Commissioner INEC Benue State, Professor Sam Egul, noted that as vanguards in the quest for free, fair and credible elections, stakeholders have the responsibility to enlighten the electorate and in achieving success of the elections.
It is important for us to provide you electoral information. As rules change, as our guidelines change, as the legal framework changes, we need to give you our best.
Various stakeholders, including representatives of political parties and candidates, unanimously called on security agencies to step up efforts to ensure that displaced persons go back to their ancestral homes to enable them to participate in the exercise. The engagement forum focused on issues of permanent voter cards collections, voter migration and populating new polling units, among others. In Makudi, Elias Itiaf, NTA News.
Now, the Chairman, National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, Ekpunta, says government cannot achieve a fair and equitable reward system without a good understanding of relative worth of one's skills, profession and services. Ekpunta made this remark while briefing contact officers drawn from the health sector agencies on the Commission's plans to soon embark on comprehensive job evaluation and grading in the public service, starting first with the health sector. He notes that the job evaluation became necessary as jobs in the public service, especially in the health sector, have changed in nature, contents and utility relative to their states back in 1974 when the last job evaluation and grading was done. In his words, job evaluation eliminates salary inequalities by placing jobs that have similar requirements on the same salary range, as such helping in solving wage-related grievances quickly. Let's now join Sonibo as the